Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So we've had a little bit of a pullback happening here. As I said to you earlier in the week, really reluctant jumping in short when the oscillators are like this. And looking at what's going on at the moment, we've got a bit of a piercing pattern forming. I would like to see a little bit more happening during the trading session, and you can see there's our first swing low. It's not the level we need to pay attention to. There's our next swing low, which looks like the one that we should be paying attention to. So let's just jump down to the levels. If you look at the 3 hour, we've basically rolled over on the one side, the other one is not rolled over yet. Trend is to the downside. This could just be some sort of a flag triangle consolidation. It doesn't matter which way you look at it. It's a messy weekly bar that is forming basically, but that is the structure that is here. And for me, looking at the oscillators and below the moving averages, I would be anticipating some kind of a short setup brewing. Now we do have this gap to the upside here. I just want to check. There is a gap here as well. So on the Dow, we have a weekly island reversal. Now, this for me means the gap is open. You can see the bar hasn't closed on that level. The tails come down, but on the higher time frames, for me, that gap is still very much open. So that means that this island reversal over the last 3 weeks is still very much in play. So I'm going to leave that as our level, because if we get a bar that closes up there, that's going to eliminate the island reversal, which would then you'd anticipate something completely different. Now let's just see if we can see something on the hour that's going to help us put a little bit better strategy here. So on the hour, I would say the weekly open, which is here, is the level we need to pay attention to. So yeah, this is really messy, guys. It's really messy. I think what we want to do here is just keep that trend line in play, because it does line up with our moving averages here. I'm going to eliminate that one. And now what you need to do is pay attention to another level, which is right where price is now. I'm going to raise it a little bit above here. Look at these tails to the upside. Look at the structure here. So if we can find support here, could be a bit of a flat top triangle brewing with an anticipated break above this area to try and close that gap. That would eliminate the island reversal potential, and then also sort of offer some kind of a short move back to the upside somewhere. Either way, I'm a little bit cautious. You can see we've got a bit of diversions here as well. So price making highs, oscillators making lows. I think there's an opportunity here for some trading that I haven't done for a while on the DAX, and that is similar to the London breakout strategy. In actual fact, exactly the same as the London breakout strategy. Just take the first 7 1-hour bars, draw a level on the top, draw a level on the bottom. That gives you the range, and you break to the upside, you're looking for the height of that range. You break the downside, you're looking for the height of the range to the downside, and that would be your trade. But if I just get to the 15 minutes, yesterday was, even with the noise in the US, and it's still messy, but we still got a move to the upside. And if you look at the 15 minutes here, the 15-minute oscillator is starting to group as well. So yeah, I'd be paying attention to this area here. If we start breaking this 13,700 to the upside, come back and test it, and it holds, that's going to get me long. No two ways about it. But if we start dropping, we don't really have a clear level, but I think that's probably the best area to pay attention to. If we start dropping below 13,420 area and retest that, I would expect us to continue to the downside. And if that happens, I think we have pretty much a fairly decent flag setup, or even a range break setup brewing, and that's going to get us a move to the downside. So looking at the 1-hour oscillators, that's very much in play. Looking on the 8-hour oscillators, that's not really in play. 8-hour indicating we need to be a little bit higher up before we start looking for shorts. So somewhere in this zone here at 13,900. But price action is indicating a very good potential of a flag of sorts. Now, the interesting thing is if that does happen and we start breaking, you've got a move equal to last week's move there. Anyway, well worth paying attention to, I think. You just need to be very cautious and have your wits about you. It is messy. The bulls are really trying to keep us afloat at the moment. And remember, the markets are not designed to fall. They're designed to generate money for our pension funds and for businesses to, businesses make money. I mean, that's the whole purpose of them being on the market. So there's a lot of things influencing factors at the moment. But I think for me, pay attention to what's going on with your levels and just look at this gentle bar, gentle bar, gentle bar, gentle bar, boom, exhaustion bar. And if I just move that level onto that exhaustion bar, where is it? No real structure. You can see there is the closest bit of structure there. So yeah, pay attention to this trend line. If we do respect the trend line today, I think I'd anticipate a buy off there with a stop there. It's a 100-point stop loss. So, and you could probably shorten the stop loss by waiting for price action. So, for example, this inside bar forms, wait for a second signal, and then stop right below the signal and entry just above the break of the signal bar. And that should get you a move back to test this area at least. Get above here, that's when I start looking at longs. Anyway, well worth paying attention to. I think the DAX has got some potential for some stability to come into the market. If I just look at the 8 hour, not so much on the 1 hour, but this could still drift while we just drift sideways as well. Anyway, that's enough for me today. I hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.